In this video, I'll be reviewing a Nintendo Switch case. The name of this Nintendo Switch case is called the Game Traveler Deluxe Travel Case for the Nintendo Switch. Now this case for the Nintendo Switch will run you $20, and you can pretty much find this anywhere Nintendo Switch accessories are sold. This is one of the more generic Nintendo Switch cases. Actually, this Nintendo Switch case came out when the Nintendo Switch came out to the market, so it is a very old case. Don't know if they still sell this, but I'm assuming so, just because the Nintendo Switch is still a very popular item, and the Nintendo Switch has only been out on the market for about 6 months now. And here is the Games Traveler case for the Nintendo Switch. You can see right off the bat, this thing is a fairly chunky Nintendo Switch case, so if you don't like chunky cases or whatnot, this is one of the more chunkier ones. Of course, they do make ones that are much more slimmer than this one if you don't want to carry around a case that's much more slimmer. But here is the case right here. It's very hard, so you won't have to worry about the case damaging or your Nintendo Switch damaging. As you can see, I'm beating on this case pretty hardly, and it's not going anywhere at all. It's a very sturdy case right here, and it does have a handle on the top of it, so you can actually carry it like a purse if you so desire. Now for me, I really don't carry it like this, but you could carry it like this if you really wanted to. And then on the side, it does have a Nintendo Switch logo. Here is the Nintendo Switch logo. It is a piece that's actually tied on to the zipper right here, and the zipper is a fairly good zipper. I mean, I've already owned this case now for about since the launch of the Nintendo Switch, and I can safely say that this Nintendo Switch case is fairly sturdy. And on the front, it does have the Nintendo Switch logo on the front. So this Nintendo Switch case actually has a lot of branding on it. So if you're not a fan of branding either, then unfortunately you're out of luck when it comes to cases, because this case has a lot of branding on it. And then moving to the back of the case, there's nothing on the back of the case. It's pretty much just a flat, simple case on the back. And this thing's made out of some type of I want to say leather material, but I could be wrong about that. Let's go ahead and open up the Nintendo Switch case. Opening up the Nintendo Switch case, you can see that there's really not too much going around in here. On the front, you do have a pouch to where you can store like maybe your USB cable for the Switch and maybe a couple of headphones or whatnot, but you're not going to be putting anything too big in here. This won't fit the Joy-Cons. This won't fit the Joy-Con grip in it if you want to use a grip. It won't fit the Pro Controller. It won't fit even the regular Nintendo Switch charger in here, so if you want to use that, you're pretty much out of luck on that. But it does have a pouch on the front, and then if you flip over the pouch on the front, you do have two game carrying cases right there. 2 game carrying cases are included. The one thing about this case, which I do have to mention after owning this for quite some time now, that these things actually come undone pretty fast. So what I mean by that is if you open this up, these can actually slip out. These are very not secure in here. As you can see, there's 2 holes right there. Can't show you any Nintendo Switch games that go in here, unfortunately. Why? Because I'm unfortunately all digital when it comes to my Nintendo Switch, but these were just included anyway. Now these also do include micro SD card holders as well. So if you have micro SD cards separately, you can actually hold a separate micro SD card if you have multiple micro SD cards for your Nintendo Switch. There they are right there, and then it just pops into the actual holder for the games as well. So you can see the micro SD card holder is a separate piece that goes into the games holder. Then you can put it down, and there is 2 included right there. You see, if I pop open the other one, you can see that there is another Switch micro SD card holder right there, another one. So in total, you can hold 8 games plus 2 micro SD cards, which is not bad, but just be warned that you may end up losing this, just because I've had many times when I open this up, those things would actually fall out. Now when it comes to the actual Nintendo Switch, the actual Nintendo Switch fits pretty secure in this case. Let me go ahead real quick and get my Nintendo Switch so you can see how it actually fits in this case. I think it's actually a pretty good fit. The only downside to this case, I would have to say, is that the fact that those if you're going physical, those cartridge holders actually fall out of here from time to time, so you just gotta watch it and be careful. But other than that, it's a pretty good Nintendo Switch case for $20. Here you go. You can see my Nintendo Switch does fit in there very nicely, and then this thing also does protect the screen of your Switch. And also, when you put this thing down over your Nintendo Switch's screen, there is felt over here, so it shouldn't scratch your Nintendo Switch screen if you don't have a screen protector on it. But here you go. You put this pouch down, and you can actually strap it like that, and then there's how your Nintendo Switch actually goes into this case right there. It fits very secure and very nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this thing up. And then I'm like almost 100% sure if you were to drop this or if you were to bang this around, your Nintendo Switch should be safely okay in this carrying case for the Nintendo Switch. Overall, I like my experiences with this Nintendo Switches. The only two cons are, first of all, again, this thing is kind of a big Nintendo Switch case, which they do make slimmer Nintendo Switch cases. And another con is, like I said, these two holders for your games and your micro SD cards, if you put them in those two slots in the back, they actually sometimes tend to slide around when you open up your Nintendo Switch case. So you have to be careful about that. Anyway, guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.